And hello everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Locho Gaming. And this was going to be a Hunter walkthrough until I realized that we needed to update the Hunter in a nutshell, because they have changed so many things about the Hunter with this last update. And so this will probably be logged into the channel as the updated Hunter in a nutshell. And these guys have a decent amount of health, so they're good to practice on. The biggest change is that hunters get Heartseeker now at a really low level. So as soon as you can, if you're on the path that gets Heartseeker in the virtues or traits, where is that? Inventory traits there. The lag. There we go. If you are a bowmaster, pick up Heartseeker as soon as possible, because that's just awesome. At this level, it kills things an insane amount of time. I don't know what else to say about it. It's an awesome move. You need to equip it immediately. If you're a huntsman, I don't know what to tell you. Quick draw, rank 5, negative 20% all skill inductions. That's useful. Trapper of foes, survival gears, extra mitigation, trip wires, and damage over time. So, yep, Trapper of foes and huntsman are good. Well, but I like Bowmaster just because it does damage like crazy. And so with the example of this one, the Heartseeker does extra damage if the target is crowd controlled, so use Barbed Arrow first, and then Heartseeker, and watch as he loses virtually all of his health in one go. Although, it says 492 plus 260 crowd control damage is 700 something, so why did he only lose 400 health? I don't get that. Suddenly it's doing less damage than I remembered it. When I did the Heartseeker spam video, it could kill on-level signature enemies way quicker than that. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see, you also get pinning shot at an earlier level, if I do remember correctly, and so that's really good for higher health people like this, because when they try to come after you, you just wait till they're about halfway between you, and then pinning shot them, and they can't do anything. And you back up, and shoot them again. And repeat, essentially, because there's very little cooldown on that. So if they get close to you again, you just pinning shot them. And so for a single boss or enemy, that's a really useful tactic. Against multiple, it's not quite as good. But I seem to have this instead of Rain of Arrows now, because I used to have that one. So I think Rain of Arrows probably goes to a different trait line. And we'll ignore those two up here. You now get Bard's Arrow at an earlier level. That's not what I meant to do. I'm just going to outrun these guys, because I don't think I'm capable of taking on two at once. You now have Press Onward and Cry of the Hunter at a lower level, or at least it's a different animation, because I do not remember having that on my toolbar. And let's see, still penetrating shot. They got rid of, there was low cut and then one other melee move that did an incredible amount of damage with Barbed Arrow, and you could just switch between those and do really nice DPS at a low level. It's not low cut, it's like Miming Blow or something, Maiming Blow, however you pronounce that. And it was a real heavy damage attack, and they removed it, and I don't know why they removed it. There's really no point to removing it, in my opinion, because I don't know if they removed it completely or you get it at a later level. But that is now gone. You still have your set trap, and you still have these two stances, your tracking abilities, your haste, campfires, focus. Most of the core items are still the same. Still have blind side, swift bow, quick shot, and the quick shot slow penalty. So if you are fighting as a level 25 or around there hunter, it's still a fairly easy game to play. Later in the game, of course, the hunter gets stronger, but even at this level, there's a basic pattern you want to follow. You start with a set trap or something like that if there's more than one enemy. So that way, one enemy gets stuck and you have longer to kill the remaining one, and you can go back to the other one. So I'm hoping the guy I did not neither of them did anything. I do not get why I put down a trap if that's what's going to happen. And we will move over here so we're only taking damage from one. I don't get that. Why did it not root anything? And root you. And that's not what I want. I might die here. Come on, inventory. This one. I didn't think I'd ever use that. And death to you. And that was a really terrible example because something malfunctioned. But I'm still alive and I took on 2 signature creatures, so it's still effective even if everything goes wrong on you. After that, there's really little that can be done if you're to look for passage of foes. We'll say we need a specific person. Look, they're all signatures. And that's not what I wanted. Okay. You still have Sylvan Shadows if you get the trait for it, which is -3 stealth level, and greatly decreased movement speed. I don't know why it gets rid of stealth rather than adding it, but it does make you invisible from a slight distance and against lower level enemies. So it's still useful, it has uses. And that's about it at this level. You also have your Purge Poison, which is good against poison effects, although it does nothing against wounds. And unless you're fighting spiders, wounds seem to be what you run into, which makes it not really useful in my opinion. There are a few raids that make a lot of poison damage enemies, but other than that, I don't run into poison very much. So this is the level 25 Hunter. If you are around this level, this should be what you have. I may need to go and pick up more skills for it. In fact, I'm sure I've gone 1 or 2 levels without picking up skills, but the Hunter's build remains roughly the same. You get more and more fancy gimmicks, but you want to slow them, trap them, and then blast them into tiny pieces with your heavy damage attacks, and when in doubt, stick them in place and then run away a bit. Although this one roots less time than I thought it did. So, I thank you for watching. I hope you learned how to play your Hunter, how the Hunter class generally works. I encourage you to try him out. The Hunter is an awesome class, especially for beginners. You would think a champion would be better for beginners, but with the DPS the Hunter does with this next update, with this update that occurred, he's really a nice choice for any skill level, because they're really good players. Doesn't matter who they play, they're going to destroy everything. But the low players can just spam quick shot if they so desired, and they could still farm things on level reliably. To get through a place like this, they need more tactics, but most of the game they could probably just single button it and win. So, the Hunter is an awesome and balanced class. Of course, the Hunter gets annihilated utterly when things get next to him or her, but at a distance, I don't think there's a single class that can top that DPS, except for maybe the champion, and that's against crowds. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful day.